So here's a car that Mercedes-Benz fans have been waiting for a long time in India. It is of course a G-Class. It's a very iconic SUV shape, but it isn't the AMG of the G-Class that we're used to for the last so many years. In fact, the AMG versions have been sold in India since 2011. This though is the first diesel-powered G-Class in India. It's the G350D. We'll talk about the engine specs later, but let's talk about the car a little bit. Of course, as I mentioned, extremely iconic shape. It's the 40th anniversary of the G-Class this year globally, and it's pretty much remained unchanged. It's got this very squared off dynamic that is very synonymous with the G-Class, but unlike the AMG, you still get the big imposing front, but you don't get that vertical slat grille. You get the very traditional horizontal slat grills. The LED headlamps, the round LED headlamps are optional. You can get the standard ones or the optional LED headlamps, but otherwise still the big flared wheel arches. This one in a very cool matte black paint job, and in fact Mercedes is offering almost 23 colors for the G350 in India. That's crazy. I mean, you have a bright shade of red, blue, etc., and this really cool murdered out sort of option with the black pack everywhere. Otherwise, you don't have the sportier bumpers. You have a slightly more standard set, which of course means that the approach angle, departure angle is a lot better if you do go off-road. Moving on the side, you don't have those iconic side pipes that the AMG has. This one has a more normal exhaust. And when you come to the wheels, you have 6 options: standard 18s, optional 19s, or these 20-inch wheels, which of course you can get in different colors and shades too. But well, you have to get a big set of wheels on a G-Class, don't you? Because that's what really makes the car stand out. It has to be in your face. It has to be crazy, and that's exactly what this car does, but with the sort of additional advantage of having a frugal diesel engine. Now, diesel engine, a 3-liter motor, we've seen that in other Mercedes-Benz offerings in India already. BS6, it's got 286 horsepower, it's got 600 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 is disposed of in just 7.4 seconds, so it isn't slow, it's pretty quick. It does of course have 4-wheel drive with a low-range gearbox, diff locker, so this can actually go off-road. It isn't just a style statement, although it is a really cool style statement nonetheless. Of course, on this car you have the blacked out bits here, you have the black pack like I talked about earlier, so all of this is black, the grille is blacked out. I think that looks really cool offset with this matte black paint job. Now, the other level of customization that you can actually do is something called G Manufacture, which is like the designer program for Mercedes-Benz, but this is specifically for the G-Class. So you can have custom interiors, custom colors, wheel options, stuff like that. And there are a whole bunch of possibilities, thousands and thousands of possibilities on the G350D. That's something that Mercedes-Benz is offering in India for the first time. Now, the interior, of course, on the G350D, this particular version, is almost like the AMG. It's really well spec'd. You still got that big thunk when the door shuts, but apart from that, it's got still the dual screens in the front. It doesn't have the analog option. It has a very customizable interior, and as you can see here, you have the G Manufacture logo, which means that this has been customized to a slight extent. This of course gets the black interior pack, the gloss black here with the sort of brushed aluminum finish, but you can get different options. You can get this in wood, which looks very cool. It looks very traditional for a G-Class. It really goes well with the whole sort of appeal of the diesel powered G-Class, because as you know, this isn't just a street car as the AMG is. This will literally go anywhere. Now, the other options on the G350D include stuff like the massaging seats, and the seats themselves are very nice and comfortable, great lumbar support, and they are of course customizable under the same G Manufacture program. So for example, you can get different colors on the upholstery, different sort of seats, slightly different materials, like for example this sort of textured leather, etc. It's all Napa leather inside here too, and I think under this G Manufacture program, we are going to see some absolutely crazy specs coming to India, because of course the G-Class is only made in one factory, which is in Graz in Austria, and it's just that one factory that makes every single G-Class in the world. The G350, the G63 AMG, it's all made just there. So we are going to see some really cool cars coming into India. And so the last thing everybody's been asking about, what is the price on the G350D? Well, now remember, the G63 AMG is priced well over 2 crores on ex-showroom, even before getting into a custom spec. G350D diesel, on the other hand, is 1 crore 50 lakh rupees. Now, competitor SUVs are cheaper as compared to the G350 in terms of size, but the G-Class does offer you something that no other competitor does. It offers you pure and simple sheer road presence. In a spec like this, do you really think anybody's going to mess with you on the road? I don't think so.